little data on him this year.
Game shot on the first leg.
That
Robin Baker.
is an 11 darter.
It does come. It can be a very quick, sharp shock to the system and affect you a little bit too much.
Game shot on the third leg.
Well,
Andy
Jenkins
Jenkins.
is back in this one for sure.
4.
That's game
shot
set and the match
Andy Jenkins.
to Andy Jenkins. And I can't even say that he had a slow start. It was Vega had such a good start to that match. And he's just telling him about it, I think, just after the game there. Look at those averages. 95 for Vega and 96 for Jenkins. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back with some more top quality darts for you.
And there's going to be plenty of pressure on it.
171. 121. 93.
Well, one match start
36.
on the back of that one, 2-1. Landman has survived it. Ooh,
4.
but he doesn't
Behind
save the
requirement,
match. Double
28.
14 to win it. 4 legs to 2. Oh dear. Double 8.
12.
That was an
Which
instance
requires
there. We spoke
32.
about it on Saturday night. Those of you listening, you just chuck that first dart away and get your range. Don't do anything silly with it.
24.
And now Landman
Behind
has not
requires
been able
16.
to land a blow on him. This is a strange
Game
end
shot and the match.
to our
Johan van
second
Velsen.
match of the day. And it's a win for Johan van Velsen. Surprise win. Few missed doubles from Landman shown there in the averages. 2 out of 15 on the doubles for Landman. He'll need to sharpen up on that if he's going to go further in the group. We head off for a short break and we'll be back with some more darts.
Get at least one dart a double. And that double will be tops. And that's nicely out of the way.
38.
I was going to say purposely out of the way because that's a little bit what I do because I can't throw that flat dart. So I try to throw it over.
18.
Oh, Klaasen's let that one go again.
40.
Now, 3 in hand. For the match, 4-1. We're going to see another shock result. We do see another shock result.
Davies.
As David Davies gets the better of Klaasen by 4 legs to 1. Averaging just north of 80, but the finishing very tidy. 50%, 4 from 8. Well, when we come back after a very short break, Andy Jenkins will be back in action against Johan van Velsen.
Yeah, fellow England teammate of mine this year in the internationals.
Game shot in the third leg. Andy Jenkins.
That will make Andy Jenkins feel a whole lot happier. Great to see them both and reminisce and remind ourselves of some great times we had back in the day.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
That's a lovely
Johan
leg,
van
15
Velsen.
darter. Clinical from Van Velsen.
And it requires 80.
You'd bank on him now getting a dart at tops.
There's the single. There's the other single. And there's the tops.
And the match.
And Johan van Velsen gets the win against Andy Jenkins by 4 legs to 3 in a really hard fought out affair. But it is Johan van Velsen who tops the table on 4 points. 2 from 2 for the Dutchman. When we come back, it is Robin Beager against David Davies.
Done it.
80.
He would switch there from tops down.
Yeah, nowhere near with either of them. Well, unless our graphics are wrong, I'm not quite sure why he's... Oh, no, it is 80 left.
Game shot in the
15.
first
Answers on a
leg.
postcard, please.
David Davies.
I believe that was a slip. The way that...
So, tops.
Game shot
Tops he
and the
finds.
match. David Davies.
And it is David Davies, who now goes top on leg difference after winning 2 from 2. In his opening match, he won 4-1 with an average of just over 80, and he's done the same here. 80.24 is enough for the 2 points. When we come back, Chris Landman takes on Jelle Klaasen. She's 79. It's horrible, isn't it? You almost don't want to hit the 57.
Game on the second leg.
There to get around that darts. It looked an absolute blocker, didn't it?
It looked high. It looked. He uses those thicker flights. It looked everything that you didn't want it to be. But
Landman should get at least. Well, he's going to get 2 at double 14.
Game on the fourth leg. Chris Landman.
And the speed they go in. It's like the first one was still in the air, while the second one was on its way to double 14.
Klaasen
with the advantage.
170.
170 in the scoring phase to leave 12 after 12 darts.
Yeah, they require 12.
For the match.
In
it goes.
The match.
4 out of 5 on the doubles for Jelle Klaasen. An average of 96.58 for the Dutchman, the former world champion, taking the spoils. Couple of 180s, 4 140s, 80% on the doubles. And he is up and running. When we come back after a short break, Andy Jenkins will be facing the Welshman, David Davies.
Tuesday is known as moving day in Group A, and I don't think there's any truer statement than that in this group, the way that it's going.
Game's on the second leg.
Oh, that was a beautiful bullseye.
David requires 32.
David Davies for 32 for the match.
Double 4, 1 dart left.
And
he pins
shot
it.
on the match.
And it's your day.
David Davies.
It's your day, and at the moment, it's David Davies' day. As he defeats Andy Jenkins 4 legs to 2, 78.59 the average, 81.49 in defeat for Andy Jenkins. 2 180s in the match, both to Andy Jenkins, but wasn't enough to avoid defeat. When we come back, Johan van Velsen back in action, this time against Jelle Klaasen. 2 from 14 for Jelle Klaasen.
Difficult way to go for 51. Just about managed the 11, but the double top, smack bang centre for Johan van Velsen. He will now be top of the group. It's not the averages. It's not anything there to worry about. It's where he is in the table. They don't put the averages on the trophies. So we go into a short break. We will be back with you shortly with more darts. A couple of 2-day escapades here.
Game on the first leg.
Well, that was a tidy finish from Landman.
Game on the second leg.
Finishing at the moment. Absolutely clinical from Chris Landman. 15 darters backed up with a 14. So I said I made the semi-finals, and they had a good run at the England Open and started to pick up points.
Shot on the match.
Chris Landman's picked up his first 2 points with the highest average of the session so far. 96.97 in a clinical display. 4 out of 8 on the doubles, 50%. A ton plus finish, all in all. An outstanding performance from Landman, and he is now going to be the danger mount because he is up and running. When we come back, David Davies against Johan van Velsen. So a chance to save. Beautiful first start. Double 14. Underrated way to go for 85 this.
Game
finds the double 14.
Johan van Velsen.
So it's double 4. Van Velsen
48.
Can level the match. It's not 16. Happened.
No.
And each time this has happened with Davies, he's gone back and punished.
Game
and once again, he has punished
David Davies.
Van Velsen. It's 4-2 win in favour of David Davies. He now tops the group on 8 points. A steady 81.08 in the averages for him. Van Velsen just dropped off the average he's been doing most of the morning. But it's Davies who now tops the group, and he will be as happy as Larry. We head into a short break, and we'll be back afterwards with Landman versus Jenkins.
180, and it requires 130.
What a moment for a 180 there from Landman. Jenkins needs double 5 here.
120.
Could well be
43.
his last visit in the match. Tops. Great guide. Uses it.
Shot and the
Gets
match.
the win, and a
Chris
big
Landman.
win for Chris Landman as he moves on to 4 points, and the leg difference is now on +5 with that 4-0 win. 88-41 the average. Couple of 180s in there. 40% on the doubles. When we come back, Klaasen back in action against Robin Beeger.
One now puts him in big trouble because it doesn't leave a finish.
Oh, double 16 for the win. And Klaasen with a 112 finish and a 15 dart gets the job done. And he does move on to 4 points and into 4th place on the table. Well, that's the full cycle of games completed. Start the 5th final cycle with Landman against Davies. That's up next.
Always difficult for them.
Game shot in the
That wasn't difficult for Chris Landman. A beautiful 1-4-1 for a 15 darter. His first real big finish. Davies going to continue. He's got the 60. Double 4. Twos never lose.
66.
This time they do.
Chris, you require 20.
You felt then that it had to be the first dart in at the double, didn't you? So it's Landman for the win. And to top the table, it took him 3 darts. I think Davies was affected there of knowing the outcome of that one. But he still had a good day. 90 average there from Landman, 4 from 10. The important stat is the 4-2 win. And that will take Landman back to... Does it take him to the top of the table? It does indeed. So, we will join you shortly with more darts after the break. Away from the board and...
He actually looks a different player, doesn't he?
Game shot in the 3rd leg. Robin Beeger.
Yeah, just sets himself. Deep breath. Wallop.
Game
in it goes, and good for you, young man.
Robin
a very,
Beeger.
very good performance. An average of 93.94. 5 140s, 5 scores of between a ton and 139. And the finishing, which has been his Achilles heel all day, was near immaculate. 80%, 4 out of 5. Coming up next, our final match of the session, Andy Jenkins up against Klaasen.
Game shot in the 1st leg.
Oh, Andy Jenkins takes out a double 13 there. Unlucky for some, but not Jenkins. A slack last dart. Sees the darts now turned in Jenks' favour. It's 32.
74. You'll require 107. Game shot in the 2nd leg. Klaasen. Require 124. Game shot in the 5th leg.
What a 1-2-4 that was from Jenkins. There at 71, he won't be wanting 6. It's tops and a 4-3 win for Andy Jenkins.
Andy Jenkins
finishes the day with a win as he started the day with a win. It's a little bit sketchy in between, but he's got the job done. It's a 4-3 win for Andy Jenkins. Takes him on to 4 points in the table. The stats there are 44% on the doubles. That will be good. That's why he won. So we're going to go head off And throw upstairs. Or is it to the break? I think it's to the break.
Thank you very much indeed, Scott. Well, Andy Jenkins got his second victory of the day there, but he had to work a considerable amount harder than he did for his opening victory. Yeah,
the way he started, I thought we were going to have something a bit special from him. Averaged 96 in match one and then went missing until the final game of the session. But 2 good wins for him in and around sort of the mix in the table. I don't think anyone's going to particularly run away with this group. So, yeah, all to play for.
Yeah, and I think we can say he is back again now, isn't he? But let's have a look then at the results from the opening day of play here in Group A. Which ones catch your eye? Because for me, Bega getting that victory in his final game over Van Velsen, that shows a lot of mental strength, especially how poorly he'd been finishing up to that point.
Yeah, I think in the scoring phase, he looked very, very comfortable. He just sort of went missing at the end of legs, and it was costly for him. But just he'll sleep a little bit better tonight. Winning 4-0 as well, he'll come back with a lot more confidence. You don't want to see players going away winless from here because it's very, very tough looking up all day, Tuesday and Wednesday. So, yeah, he'll have a good day tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, imagine being me, 5'3", I'm always looking up. But if you're Van Velsen, you have to think his highest winning average was 81. He's been quite fortunate to come away with 6 points.
Yeah, very much like Davies. You know, they didn't really impress massively in terms of the averages. But if you're given opportunities, you take your doubles, you say thank you very much, and he goes away at the top of the table.
Indeed, and really impressive from Landman as well. That 1-4-1 was fantastic in that final match. But to lose your opening 2 and then find that form that we were really expecting from him, you can see the 1-4-1 here. Really, really impressive.
Yeah, he's a class act. He's a class act. The last time he was here, he was unbelievable in Group A. Didn't quite work out for him on finals night, but gets back to have another go. And yeah, after losing 2 games to then, I think he just dropped 2 legs in his final 3 matches of the session. Very, very impressed.
And for Davies, a pretty similar story to Van Velsen, really, because he won 4 of his 5, but his highest winning average was also 81. So he'll feel pretty fortunate to be sat top of the table.
Yeah, I wish I was in this group myself, to be honest. Yes, my kind of standard. But yeah, listen, some days you finish really well and don't score particularly well, and then you'll have another day where you score brilliantly and don't finish. It's just about combining the 2, but he'll be very, very happy coming back tomorrow.
And Tuesday is, of course, move-in day. We can have a look at the league standings with 15 games played. Do you expect a significant amount of movement tomorrow?
Yeah, I think Andy Jenkins and Klaasen will be the big movers tomorrow. I think Landman will start to take control of the group, and he'll be the one to catch after tomorrow's session.
Absolutely. Right then, we will be back with you from 9:30 a.m. tomorrow, where we expect a significant amount of movement in the table. We look forward to seeing you then.